I'm Erin, and for my character I want to describe is Sookie Stackhouse off of the show True Blood. It is my favorite show, and she is played by Anna Paquin, and I just love Anna Paquin so much, so I chose to do Sookie Stackhouse. Sookie was born in Bon Ton to both her parents, Corbet and Michelle. Whenever she was really little, they ended up dying in a flash flood in Bon Ton, so her grandma Adele raised her and her brother Jason while they were growing up. Sookie's growing up is difficult for her. She realized that she was a telepath and she can read people's minds, and so her reading people's minds and stuff has kind of made her kind of crazy and stuff. She's growing up for her was very difficult because she was able to hear everyone's thoughts, but her best friend Tara Thornton is another one of my great favorite characters in that show. She helps her and helps Sookie along the way and finds her balance between life. So Sookie, as I was saying, she's a telepath. She must constantly cope with people's thoughts, hearing them and stuff. She can hear everyone's darkest secrets, which is kind of interesting to me because, I just kind of would think it'd be awesome to hear what people are thinking and read their minds, but I guess since she grew up with being a telepath, she probably is not very happy about that. So whenever you meet her in the show, the very first episode, she's working at this place called Merlotte's, and her friend Sam Merlotte owns a bar, and she works there and stuff, and she ends up meeting this guy named Bill, who she later finds out that he is a vampire, and she becomes obsessed with vampires, and everyone hates vampires and stuff and think they're ruling the world, but she ends up falling in love with Bill, and Bill is this is very interesting, Bill hates this guy named Eric in the show, but Sookie ends up loving Eric, and it's this really weird, as the shows progress, Sookie ends up being in a love triangle square with a bunch of guys and a werewolf and some other people. But it's very interesting how she plays out throughout the show, the series. She kind of, everything bad happens to her for some reason. I guess ever since the first episode when she meets Bill, literally everything hits the fan, and her grandma ends up dying, her best friend gets turned into a vampire, her brother, bad things happen to her brother with his girlfriends dying and stuff, and Bill kind of helps her throughout the way too, and but it ends up she doesn't like Bill or anything anymore. At this season, she ends up with a werewolf, but it was kind of interesting. Just her character is very dynamic, and I really like her a lot. So that's why I chose her as my character I wanted to describe. Thank you.